So what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to go through a short little lesson with you. I'm going to do a worksheet with you, and then I'm going to have you do a worksheet. So first I'm going to start with I'm going to read a few pages out of this book. Have you ever heard of Charlotte's Web? No? Okay. I'm going to start by just reading a few pages out of this book, and then we'll go into what our lesson is, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so Charlotte's Web, before breakfast. "Where's Papa going with that axe?" said Fern to her mother as they were setting the table for breakfast. "Out to the hog house," replied Mrs. Arable. "Some pigs were born last night." "I don't see why he needs an axe," continued Fern, who was only 8. "Well," said her mother, "one of the pigs is a runt. It's very small and weak, and it will never amount to anything. So your father has decided to do away with it." "Do away with it?" shrieked Fern. "You mean kill it? Just because it's smaller than the others?" Doesn't sound very nice, does it? He's gonna kill the pig just because it's small? Fern pushed a chair out of the way and ran outdoors. The grass was wet and the earth smelled of springtime. Fern's sneakers were sopping by the time she caught up with her father. "Please don't kill it," she sobbed. "It's unfair." Mr. Arable stopped walking. "Fern," he said gently, "you will have to learn to control yourself." "Control myself?" yelled Fern. "This is a matter of life and death, and you talk about controlling myself?" Tears ran down her cheeks, and she took hold of the axe and tried to pull it out of her father's hand. "Fern," said Mr. Arable, "I know more about raising a litter of pigs than you do. A weakling makes trouble. Now run along." "But it's unfair," cried Fern. "The pig couldn't help being born small, could it? If I had been very small at birth, would you have killed me?" Mr. Arable smiled. "Certainly not," he said, looking down at his daughter with love. "But this is different. A little girl is one thing, a little runty pig is another." "I see no difference," replied Fern, still hanging on to the axe. "This is the most terrible case of injustice I ever heard of." A queer look came over John Arable's face. He seemed almost ready to cry himself. "All right," he said. "You go back to the house and I will bring the runt when I come in. I'll let you start it on a bottle like a baby. Then you'll see what trouble a pig can be." When Mr. Arable returned to the house half an hour later, he carried a carton under his arm. Fern was upstairs changing her sneakers. The kitchen table was set for breakfast, and the room smelled of coffee, bacon, damp plaster, and wood smoke from the stove. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop there. So far in this book, Fern was defending the little pig, so she gets to take care of the pig. So that's kind of what this book is about, her taking care of the pig and the pig growing up. So I'm going to go ahead and start there, and we're just going to go ahead and get into what the lesson is about. So today we're working on inflectional endings. So do you know what an inflectional ending is? Have you ever heard of what an inflectional ending is before? No?
No.
So inflectional endings are added to the end of the word, and it changes the tense the word produces. So it changes if the word ends if it's past, present, or future. So it kind of gives those meanings. So today we're going to be focusing on the ED and the ING ending. So you know how at the end of the words, sometimes they're spelled with an ED at the end, and sometimes they're spelled with an ING at the end. So we're going to be focusing on that. But inflectional endings do have some rules that you need to follow. So like when you have to double the final consonant before adding the inflectional ending. Let's find out. So this is a rule we need to follow when determining if we have to double the consonant before adding the inflectional ending. So if it has one syllable, one vowel, and one consonant, you will have to double the consonant. This is called the 1-1-1 rule. So when we go look at some different words, we'll determine whether or not we have to double those consonants by using that rule. So there's a little rhyme that I thought was cute. It's called "Just one, double the fun." So that's how you know if you have to double the consonant. So if the word does not follow that 1-1-1 rule, then you don't have to double the final consonant before you add your inflectional ending. The word will stay the exact same, and all you have to do is put that inflectional ending on the end of the word. So down here, we're just going to look at a few examples. So slip, so we're going to look up here at our rule. Does slip have one syllable?
Yeah.
So, yeah. You say slip. If you clap it out, it's just slip, right? Yep, so it's just one syllable. So we're going to look at our 1-1-1. So one syllable. Now we're gonna look, does it have one vowel? And the word slip, does it only have one vowel?
Yes.
Yep, so we're gonna check that. And then now we're gonna look at one consonant. Does it have one consonant on the end? It ends in a P. Is P a vowel or a consonant?
Consonant.
Yeah. So it does follow the 1-1-1 rule. So what we're gonna do before we add our inflectional ending is we're going to double that consonant. So when we spell slipping, it's gonna be 2 P's at the end before the ing. And then when we spell slipped, it's gonna be 2 P's before you add the ed. Does that make sense?
Slippy.
Yep. So then now we're gonna look at rub. So we're gonna look at our 1-1-1. So rub, is it one consonant, or not one consonant, one syllable? If you clap it out, how many syllables is it?
One.
Yep, so it's one syllable. Is there one vowel in that word?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What vowel? Can you tell me where the vowel is? What is it?
U.
Mm-hmm. So there's one vowel. And then is there one consonant before at the very end?
Yeah.
Yep. So that means you're gonna double it. So when you add the ing, you're gonna have to put 2 B's at the end. And then when you add the ed, you have to put 2 B's at the end. And that's how you know when you have to double that consonant. So over here, it tells you when you don't have to double the consonant. So over here, we have the word patch. So it does have one syllable, and it does have one vowel. But when you look at the end, is there only one consonant, or is there more than one consonant?
More than one consonant.
There's more than one, right? So there's 3 total. So you don't have to double that consonant because there's already more than one. So when you put the inflectional ending on the end, you can leave the word the exact same and then just add the ing, or you can leave the word the exact same and just add that ed. So you don't have to double anything. So as you can see over here, you had to put the P, you had to double the P and then add the ing. But over here, you just leave the word the exact same and then add the ing. Does that make sense to you? Yeah? Alrighty. So now we're gonna move on and we're just gonna do this worksheet together. So this is something we're gonna do together, and then I have another worksheet that you're gonna do on your own, okay?
Easy.
Easy? Yeah? Good. Okay, so what we're gonna look at here is flip. So I'm gonna go ahead and write our 1, 1, 1 here. So when you clap it out, how many syllables does it have? This word flip.
Flip. One.
Yep, so it has one syllable. Is there one vowel in there?
Yes.
Yes. And is there one consonant at the end of the word?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and just write over here how you think the word is spelled when you add ing to the end of it. If it follows that 1-1-1 rule, go ahead and spell flipping. Do we have to double it or do we not double it?
We do double.
You do double it. So which letter do you think you're going to double?
P.
P, right? So go ahead and spell flipping. Perfect. Yes, that's exactly right. So now we're going to go to stopped. So we're going to write our 1-1-1 rule. How many syllables does it have?
One.
Yep. Stop has 1. How many vowels does it have?
One.
1. And then does it have a consonant on the end of the word? Only one consonant on the end of the word?
Yes.
Yes. So that follows our 1-1-1 rule. So if it follows our 1-1-1 rule, do we double it or do we leave it alone?
You leave it alone?
Nope. If it follows that 1-1-1 rule, we're going to do what to it? Are we going to double this ending or are we not going to double it?
Yes.
Yes, you are going to double it. So go ahead and finish the word for me. And you're going to put ed on the end now. You're going to spell stopped. Yep, perfect. So now we're going to look at plan, and we're going to spell planning. We're going to add the ing. So we're going to look at our 1-1-1 rule. How many syllables does plan have? If you clap it out.
Plan.
Plan, 1. Does it have one vowel in that word?
Yes.
Yes. And is there only one consonant at the end of the word?
Yes.
Yes. So since it follows that 1-1-1 rule, are we going to double the consonant or are we not going to double it?
Double it.
You are going to double it. So go ahead and spell planning. Perfect. That's exactly right. So now we're going to spell skipped. So we're going to write out our 1-1-1 rule again. How many syllables does skip have? If you clap it out.
Skip. 1.
1. Does it have one vowel in the word?
Yes.
And does it have one consonant at the end of the word?
Yes.
Yes, meaning what? Are we going to double the end consonant or are we going to not double it?
Double it.
You are going to double it. So go ahead and spell skip. Awesome. Alrighty, now we're going to spell smacked. So we're going to add ED to the end of our word here. So we're going to go ahead and write out our 1-1-1. So how many syllables does smack have?
Smack. 1.
1 syllable. Does it have one vowel in that word?
Yes.
Yes. And is there only one consonant at the end of the word?
No.
No. So it doesn't follow our 1-1-1 rule. So does that mean we're going to double it or are we going to leave it alone?
We're gonna leave it alone.
You're going to leave it alone. So you're just going to add your ED to the end. Perfect. Alrighty, now we're going to spell shouting. So we're going to add the ing to the end of the word. So we're going to write out our 1-1-1. How many syllables does the word shout have?
Shout. 1.
1. And does it have one vowel in the word?
No.
No. So that already tells us it doesn't follow our 1-1-1 rule. So are we going to leave this word alone or are we going to double that ending? If it doesn't follow the 1-1-1 rule.
We're gonna leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Perfect. So go ahead and just add your ing to the end. Perfect. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and move on, and you're going to do the exact same thing, except you're going to do it on your own this time. So if it makes it easier for you, you can write your 1-1-1 at the top, and you can do it yourself, or you can just do it however you're comfortable. But you're going to look at these words. So you have clap, and you're going to add your ing, but you have to determine whether or not you need to double that consonant at the end for each of these words, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and give you a few minutes, and you're just going to go ahead and do that on your own. I'll finish. Yeah? Okay. So you did great on all of these. Oops. I like how you caught your mistakes here. You did double those, but then you ended up erasing them because you went back and you knew you weren't supposed to double them, right? Yeah, so you did an awesome job. Beautiful. Alrighty, so now what I'm gonna have you do, oh, and that one was perfect as well. You did an awesome job. So now what I'm gonna have you do, this is the last thing we're gonna do. You're just only gonna read part of this. There's multiple stories in this. So it's only gonna be a few pages. I'm gonna have you read through this story for me, okay? And it's gonna use some of these words that you were just working with, okay? Just read it the best you can. And just try to be as loud as possible because it's kind of loud out there.
Today, Mom and Dad went on a trip, and Grandma and Grandpa came to stay with us. Bye-bye, Mom and Dad. I said, don't worry, I will take care of everything. First, we had to do chores, so we vacuumed and we dust. When we did some painting, I told Grandpa I was very good painter, but the paint spilled a little. When we had to do some shopping at the store, I pushed the carton. And to Grandma's, just that we needed to buy. When we got home, I made a special lunch for everyone. Peanut butter and pickle sandwich with potato chips, marshmallows, and chocolate syrup on top. Grandma and Grandpa said it was the best lunch they ever had.
Sounds gross, doesn't it?
After lunch, little sister helped Grandpa water the garden, while Grandpa and I did the dishes.
Teachers, please excuse the interruption. At this time, we have 2 uncovered buses today.
Don't be mad.
Bus 237 and bus 488. As of right now, buses 237 and bus 488 are uncovered. Please let students call home and see if they can make arrangements to be picked up. If not, a bus will eventually get them home. Thank you.
You have to use lots of soap if you want to get the dishes really clean, Grandma, I said. Then we went to the movies. Grandma likes popcorn and Grandpa likes candy. So we had to get lots of both. After that, we went bowling. I helped Grandma rolled the bone because it was too heavy. On the way home, we were hungry, so we stopped at the Critter Burger. I ordered a super burger and a super shake.
Good job.
But I dropped them. When we got home, it was time to get ready for bed. So we all put on pajamas. We washed our faces and brushed our teeth. Mom said to use lots of toothpaste. Then I told Grandma and Grandpa a scary story. It was a little too scary for them. So we had to check for monsters in the closet and under the bed. Grandma and Grandpa were still a little scared. So little sister and I stayed with them all night long. Good night, Grandma. Good night, Grandpa.
It's a silly book, wasn't it? Alrighty, that was perfect. You are all set. Thank you so much.